In this video, I'm going to be going over every single style in Blue Lock Rivals, and I'm going to be giving you guys the best position for every single one of these styles. Some styles like Rin are going to be easy to identify as strikers, whereas other styles like Kaiser may end up getting put into an unexpected position. If you guys want to find out, watch the entire video and let's get right into it. Alright, when it comes to Isagi, I feel like the best position for him is somewhat obvious. If it was old pre-rework Isagi, I think winger would be the best position because he has a shot move and a pass move. But now he has a shot move and a dribble move, which is fadeaway, so he'll pass me the ball real quick. So we get direct shot, which is honestly horrible. And we get fadeaway. So fadeaways are arguably like the worst dribble move in the entire game. You just knock them back and they're like immediately right beside you as well. Honestly speaking, you just should not play Isagi unless you're like completely new to the game. And even then, just use a code and like get on like literally any other style in the game. But yeah, like if you are going to play him for some reason, I think CF is the best position. Alright, now we're on to the Chigiri section, and I'm pretty sure Chigiri is another somewhat obvious one. Position I chose for him is actually CM, and this is primarily because of the fact that he can get across the field incredibly fast. Most of the time in an actual BLR match, most of the enemy team is going to be on your side of the field. Like nobody generally plays defense, so what this lets me do is steal the ball. So like for example, let's say Domaz is attacking right now, right? I can use Accelerate to steal the ball and Speedster run over, and generally nobody's really going to be able to catch me. And even if somebody is defending, with how fast Speedster lets you go, you're able to move around them quite easily and just get a free goal. Alright, the next style that I'm going to be going over is Igaguri, and I'm pretty sure Igaguri is also somewhat obvious. I went for CM. Alternatively, you could also pick winger because he has a pass, but he's also one of the few styles in BLR that actually has a steal ability, being Militia. I don't even know if I'm saying this properly. It's literally just, oh yeah, so you just run at them and then you steal the ball. This is a pretty decent move, I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, surprisingly, Igaguri isn't even that bad of a style. His second ability is called Monk Pass. This is also pretty decent. You pretty much just, yeah, like pass like that. Honestly, I kind of like Igaguri, I'm not gonna lie. Like if I were to pick like a rare style and like not anything else, I would probably go with Igaguri. Actually, no, that's a lie. I picked Kurona. But anyways. Let's go over his awakening, because like I just realized I forgot to go over the comments awakening. Thankfully, we already know all of those, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this. I don't think I've seen this before, by the way. Like, I was on vacation when he dropped, so let's go. The gods will help him, and I will help him. Does he do this in the manga? What the hell? Wait, when does he do this in the manga, bro? It's just an upgraded version of that. Yep, let me pass you the ball. It's probably a steal. What the hell? Did I just attack him? What the hell? Okay. What does Genius Killing Machina do? He's doing this. Oh no. Wait, why does that kind of go hard? It's just a dribble animation move. That's actually kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. They actually went crazy with Igaguri. Yeah, I think CM is probably the best position, especially looking at his ultimate as well. Like, of course, you're really going to be awakening, but like most of his moves are definitely better fit for what's it called, the CM. I opted to choose Hiori as a left winger primarily because I feel like this is the best position for him to find great openings to actually pass the ball to his teammates, just because you get able to see so much of the field. And also, center midfielder is mainly reserved for defenders, whereas striker is mainly reserved for obviously attackers. You got laser, which is just your basic pass it back. Yep. And then we got ice dribble, and then another pass after that. So I think just with this kit, I feel like winger is definitely the best position. Normal Bachira, and I think Bachira's best position is probably like winger or CM. Ideally, I would say CM is probably the best bet just because he does have a steal move, and honestly, not a lot of styles do have this. CM and Nutmeg are just really good, and you also get heal pass. Low key, I changed my mind. I think winger is better for him just because you get heal pass and you get steal and you get Nutmeg. So like worst passing game. It is kind of terrible, I'm not gonna lie. Which is just like this. You can also intercept it and it doesn't even actually like pass to your teammate, which kind of sucks. And then you get steal, so like just grab the ball. So steal is just obviously a steal. You can alternatively also use this to what's it called, self pass deck. I'm not gonna lie, like that's not really a good thing to do, and again I accidentally almost scored. And then you get Nutmeg. Nutmeg is decent, but honestly it's not that good. It bugged out, didn't it? I mean, it's, yeah, I don't know why BLR is kind of getting buggy right now, but anyways, Nutmeg stays like the exact same. You can kind of lose the ball in Awakening still, which kind of sucks. Then you get Monster Trans, which is, in my opinion, a really good shot. Like, I feel like this is just one of the best shots in the game, just because it's really hard for GKs to react to something like that. It also doesn't trigger an animation, which is insane. But yeah. And then the next move you get is Infinite Dribbles, which is pretty basic. It's just your run move. They gave this to Lorenzo as well in his awakening, so like it's not as special as it was, but Bachira was the first character to get this, I believe, so that's pretty cool. All right, now we're on to Gagamaru. I don't have enough spins to roll him, but what's they call it, came back from dropping, actually has him, so he is in net. Obviously goalkeeper is the best position for Gagamaru. Let's go ahead and shoot the first move. So there we go, scorpion kick, which is basically just a block and you shoot it back. Honestly, you should probably just not use this to block and probably to pass, but then the next move, which is like the iframe thing. So yeah, that's the next move. This, I'm pretty sure this just makes you faster and improves your reflexes or something. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play GK, so I don't know. And then yeah, just pop your awakening. Let me give you the ball. Oh yeah, you don't even need ball to pop it. Yeah. Here's the first move, jump synapse. So you basically just save the ball and then you just pass your teammate, which in this case is me, so it didn't go that far. Good block, guy. Alright, let me just shoot it. So yeah, it's just a block. Alright, Gagamaru Awakening's decent. Nothing crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, now we're on to Otoya, and I think the best position for him is probably winger. He has a shot ability and he has a dribble ability, and he also has like 2 sort of dribble abilities. So first off, we obviously got stealthy steps. So stealthy steps can be used in 2 ways. First off, you can kind of just use it to self-pass and traverse the field. Secondly, you can use it as a steal, so here, where you just turn invisible and I obviously just rob him. I think this is honestly a decent ability in of itself, but I feel like makes stealthy steps really good is the fact that it also has a chemical reaction with Bachira. I'm going to showcase this during the Bachira section, so we're just going to skip this for now. So ninja dribble has 2 variants. First off, you just dribble and then you have shadow shot. So I just ninja dribble and then I get shadow shot and then you just... Okay, shadow shot's bugged for some reason, but you would normally just shoot it into the net. So here is the Otoya Awakening. I'm not gonna lie, this kind of goes hard. And also ignore me being Bachira right now, bro. I have to change accounts to get this slot. So first off, we get Shadow Steal, which is I think just an animation. Oh, was it? Oh, you were GK, I'm stupid. So Shadow Steal, you basically just go behind them, you snatch the ball. Lorenzo had this exact move. Like they've literally given the steal animation move to like literally every character in the game at this point. But anyways, then we got Ninja Shot, which is basically just another shot. I think this is also best used from the side. Here I'm using it in the middle, but yeah, alternatively, or ideally, you want to shoot it from like around there. All right, now we're on to the boy Kurona, and this one's also pretty obvious. I feel like honestly you could play him at the CF position, but I'm gonna be real, like you genuinely probably want to play him in the what's it called, winger position. He gets a steal and a 1-2 pass. 1-2 pass is probably like the best skill in the entire game, at least in my opinion. Like I would honestly say this could be better than Sai's arm sweep and Kunigami body block. Even like Rin's new moves, like this is genuinely such a good move. You basically just pass to your teammate and then they just pass back to you, and you can use this to cover so much distance. It's insane. And ignore me accidentally shooting it at the GK. All right, so now we got Shark Steal. This is also a pretty decent move. This is just a basic steal move. I think Shark Steal is also really good just because it doesn't really choreograph as much as some other steal moves. So when it comes to like dribbling it or dodging it, it's a lot harder to notice. I remember when I tested this before, I think Nomas was there. It was actually bugged. Hopefully they fixed it. The new animation kind of goes hard. I ain't even gonna lie. Okay. I don't know how much I fuck with the lighting, but the initial lighting at the start was good. And then like at the end, it just made it dark for no reason. But anyways, oh wait, shoot, I'm sleeping. Oh no, this isn't bugged anymore. No, it's fixed. Okay, yeah. Like when I first used it, it was bugged. So you get the animation and then you just pass back and forth, I'm guessing. Oh, wait, no, I'm stupid. It's this. Yeah, it's just like, oh. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of goes hard. For a, what's it called, epic style, this isn't that bad. The animation's sick, but like, I feel like 1-2 base is just so good. Alright, now we're on to Rio, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Rio is also like another difficult one to rank because of his kit. He can literally just play any style or any position. Ideally, I'd probably just go with CM, but if you have a good defensive style already on your team, then you could probably just go winger or even striker. Like, you could kind of just do whatever you want with him. His main move is copy, so basically I can copy from other people. So like, he's on NEL Bachira, I can copy butterfly nutmeg, so pass me the ball, and now I can just use butterfly nutmeg. I don't think you can actually copy from mythical or world-class styles, not mythical styles. So, and NEL Rin cannot be copied. Go ahead and turn no ability cooldown back on, and then you get offensive mode and defensive mode. Defensive mode increases my tackle speed, so like I can just tackle a lot faster. I think it also buffs the hitbox. And then offensive mode increases my shot power and my pass strength, so I can just pass a lot further. I can also shoot a lot further as well. The buff is kind of noticeable. It isn't that crazy. I feel like if you combine this with like a flow style, this would honestly go crazy. I don't play GK, so like another perspective, Rio is really good for GKs because you're able to see everybody's styles. This lets you like know who's attacking you. So like if I'm about to get hit with like a Kaiser shot or like a Rin shot, I'll know what to expect. I feel like, yeah, that's actually a really good take as well. And you're also able to steal abilities from other people. So like if my team has something like a Nagi, I can also trap the ball, which is really decent. He doesn't really have that special of an animation, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. We basically get the move called Chameleon, which lets me steal awakens. I cannot steal anything from world class style still, but from somebody like NEL Bachira. So yeah, I just do his G style. And the life kind of goes hard. And obviously, you know, we get the goal. Alright, now we're on to the legendaries, and the first one I'm going over is Nagi. And he's a unique case because honestly, I think he could play literally any position, even GK low-key. For this video, I'm gonna go with winger just because I feel like wingers are kind of like the midfielders of 5v5 football. CM could work, CF could work, like literally anything could work. But ideally winger just because you could kind of just do everything on this style. So Nagi has two moves. First off, we got dash, which is just your basic dash. This move is kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie, but you can kind of tech with this, which I'll showcase in a bit. And then you get trap, which lets you basically just go into the air and get invulnerability. People can jump up and steal the ball, but like that's kind of hard to do. Trap also has another function where you're able to trap balls in the air. So like just shoot the ball up at me. Yeah. Okay, what the hell was that? Like not you, like the game. Like the game is actually bugging out. But generally, the ball is supposed to get trapped. I'm gonna stop trying this because I'm not a Nagi main, so I don't know what I'm doing. Flick that trap. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that works, but like the shot is basically the same as if I were to trap normally. All right, let's pop it. My awakening is bugged. I'm not sure why everything keeps getting bugged, but the awakening animation usually is pretty sick. I'm pretty sure we've all seen it. Like Nagi's been in the game for a minute, and obviously the awakening shot is called I am Nagi. So let me just pop it. All right, this one works at least. It's a bit delayed though, I can't lie. Low-key, it could just be the server lagging. But nice to meet you, Japan. I am Nagi. I think this is his U20 goal, which honestly goes kind of hard. All right, now we're on to Karasu, and honestly, I think he could play left wing or CM. Ideally, I'd probably just put him at the CM position, low-key. He gets Crow Theft and Raven Dribble. You could also really just play him at winger. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard with some of these abilities just because they're so versatile. But Raven Dribble, it's your basic dribble move. Kind of just get past defenders pretty easily. I think this is a decent dribble move, but the distance you get on it isn't that crazy, and you also don't stun the enemies, so it is kind of easier to deal with, especially compared to some other styles. And then obviously we get Crow Theft, which is just a deal move. I'm not gonna lie, bro, Crow Theft is kind of mid. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it's better for like traversing the field and like getting self passes rather than stealing, just because of how easy it is to predict it. It's like, Nomad, try and dribble me like Crow Theft right now. Like, it is just really easy to predict it. If I use it like close up, you can sometimes catch people off guard like this. Like, it's really fast. But like, again, other people, if they know you have Karasu, are also gonna expect it. Go ahead and pop this. So he gets crow clearance, which is basically just if somebody else has the ball, or like if the ball's not on a player, I think. So like if Nomads has it, I can't use it, but like if you shoot in the air, I just basically snatch the ball. This is really good for blocking shots, hence why I would recommend putting this like in CM. All right, now we're on to King Barou, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows where Barou is going. It's going to be the CF position. I'm also re-recording this because the other server was like bugged out or something. I think that might also be why Nagi's animation got bugged out before, so I just decided to make a new one. Very first move we got is Lion Steal. Honestly, I don't really like this move just because it's really choreographed and it is really easy to miss. If you're like a Barou main, you're probably going to be able to hit this consistently, unlike me. I ain't even gonna lie, you don't probably even need to dribble this. Like, I'm gonna try and use this, and Domas just dribble, like just walk away from me while I'm using it. Like, I'm right in front of you. I'm gonna try and use this. Like, I literally just can't even catch him with it. Like, bro, there's literally nothing I can do. This steal is just terrible. We do have Lion Chop Feint, which makes up for it. I'm not gonna lie. When you have the ball, which CFs usually will have the ball, you're gonna want to use this. Don't even waste the cooldown on the other move. I'm not gonna lie. This is just a basic dribble move. It also ragdolls your opponent, which is really good. The range on this is also pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can shoot it pretty far. Good lord. The second move, which I really like compared to the old Barou kit, is King Dribble. The new animations on this look sick, and we get Predator Shot, which is a really good shot. Honestly, I think the B moves on Barou really are the main things that make him good, at least in my opinion. His C moves are decent, they're not that crazy. Now we're gonna awaken. I actually haven't not seen Barou's awakening because the rework for NEL Barou, even though he's not called NEL Barou, came out while I was on vacation. So let me go ahead and see this. We get the cool little animation. See the route for my goal. Okay, that kind of goes hard. You know what would be even more sick? Like if the chop dribbles actually moved you across the field. I feel like that would also be really cool. But you basically get King's Dribble, Predator Shot. I think your King's Dribble is slightly faster and your Predator Shot's also probably a bit faster. And then the Lion Chop Feint and the Seal are... Oh, this is different. Okay. The name's the same, but the animation's different. I think this is a goal move, right? Okay. I completely... Wait, that went in... Oh my god, okay. That move kind of goes hard. I can't even lie, bro. Oh, okay. It's like it triggers an animation when I get the ball. I'll feast on you. Oh, okay. What the hell? And then you just shoot the ball. Oh, okay, that's kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. So my initial thoughts on NEL Bachira was the fact that he would go into the winger position, but I feel like CF is another good position where he's like similar to Yukimiya in the sense that like he has 2 dribble abilities that just lets him get past everybody and get a free goal. If you're playing against a good keeper, then I'd probably go winger, but if you're playing in your like average public lobby and there's like an AIGK, then I would honestly say go CF, because like, so all you really want to do is just butterfly and then monster steal, then smash lift, and then you just shoot. Obviously, there's no AIGK right now, but like just imagine there was, and yeah, you just get a free goal every single time. Alright, yeah, here is Bachira's Awakening. Let me go ahead and pop this. I ain't gonna lie, this is also kind of bugged. I ain't gonna lie. They kind of cooked with this. Even though this is bugged, it does kind of go hard. So we get Ginga Dribble, which, let me go ahead and pop this. It's just your basic dribble move. Okay. You basically just dribble to the net. What does Ginga Monster do? I think this is a... Okay, yeah, this is a shot move. You lift it into the air, okay? And then you just shoot. Did that even go in? Okay, yeah, this is a really good move, because I can use this like right up to the net. And obviously, we got B-style free shot, which I'm guessing is just another shot. So it must be close and looking at an enemy. So you just dribble past him. And then you do a bicycle kick, okay. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of goes hard. And did you guys see the top corner there? Good lord. Yo, I forgot to do the chemical reactions. So let's go ahead and showcase that. So, right here, the chemical reaction, I feel like that's another reason why he should be in the striker spot. I think you could get a Otoya on winger and then you could just one Bachira on striker, and this kind of just goes really good. Oh yeah, I remember when I showcased this. That honestly was a fun video to do. So yeah, this kind of goes hard. I ain't even gonna lie. Alright, we're on to another obvious one. We got the boy Shidou. Obviously, he's going into CF. You do need to be decent at dribbling in order to use him, because both of his abilities are shots. We get Dragon Drive. Honestly, I would use this for passing over scoring, but you can use this for scoring. Even though the GK saved that. I don't know how, like, it might be a skill issue, but this move used to have insane amounts of power, which they nerfed. So if you're playing against a player GK, or if you're just really far out, ideally, you want to just use this for passing. You can kind of just look at the ground and kill a lot of its power and make it like a really decent pass. It's similar to Nagi's trap. And then obviously we also get Dragon Header, which is probably one of the best shots in the entire game. I like to use this from somewhat of a close range, and then I just fake it out a little bit, which I kind of sold that. You could press Dragon Header and then just look backwards and shoot. This is also another good tech. You can't do this with Dragon Drive anymore. You used to be able to, but they passed that. Right here we get the chemical reaction going on. This is another really powerful shot. This is really good to use as well. And this is another reason why I think Shidou's better off as a striker. He's really good with Sai. Alright, here we go. Loki's Awakening like base animation goes hard. They've reworked Big Bang Drive quite a few times, but it's just your basic shot again. Do I need to be looking backwards? I don't think so, right? So I just do this, and then yeah, you just flick it into the air, and then you press B, and then obviously you get this. Go ahead and shoot it. Now we're on to Yukimiya, and I think Yukimiya's best position is probably CF or winger. Ideally, I would still go for winger just because I feel like his position and his style is a lot better suited to attacking from the side rather than attacking from the middle. But honestly, you could also play CF with him, I'm not gonna lie. I think if you're playing with friends, he might be better as a winger. If you're playing by yourself, he's better as a CF. So like the main reason why I'm saying this is because you can literally just like, Nomads, come here. Yeah, all right. So like, let's imagine the match has just started, you know, they're trying to defend me. I can literally just lethal touch, get across the field, dribble past him, and then it's just me and the GK. And you can genuinely just spam this by yourself over and over with somebody like Yukimiya. So that's why I think striker is probably the best position for him if you're playing in like your average public server. If you're playing against good players and like a good GK, then I think winger is probably the best position just because you can find a lot more opportunities. All right, let's go ahead and pop this. I remember when Yukimiya dropped. And of course, another Awakening gets bugged. Bro, I had to reset the server just to prevent this, and it's happened again. Okay, it's fine. So the very first move we get is street dribbling. This is pretty basic. You basically just dribble across the field. You can also lose the ball while you have this. Another reason why I think it's better to start from like the side, or at least in a position where there's no other defenders to stop you. And then you get gyro shot, which is a pretty basic shot. This looks really sick, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just another good shot. Alright, now we're on to Kunigami. The best position for him is also obvious. It's got to be striker. He could play winger too, I'm not gonna lie, but I still prefer striker just because of how crazy he is. So with Kunigami, there's two things you could do. If I start with the ball, I just body block straight away, dribble. I'm right here. You just go straight into that and I just score. You can't really do anything about that, I'm not gonna lie. Even like on a good GK, you would honestly be able to score with this. Alternatively, let's say Domas starts with the ball. So Domas, come here. Body block is kind of weird, where like the second dash steals, so you kind of want to be back, and then with the second dash you steal the ball, you dribble up, and you score again. So like, yeah, like Kunigami, I feel like his best position is definitely CF. Let's go. Alright, I popped this shit. I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with the chains. Let's go ahead and use all of his moves. Obviously, you keep body block. I want to score here. So Joker, very first move. Actually, wait, is this my net? No, that's my net. Hold up, yo, come here. So Joker, I think the ball just needs to be in the air. I intercept it, and then I just shoot. This is a decent move, I'm not gonna lie. The shot power is kind of crazy, and also I like this a lot more compared to like other shots, like for example Shidou. It's just a lot more consistent, at least in my opinion. And then also we got Fallen Hero, where you need to be in front of somebody, you just push them back and then you score. I feel like this is another reason why I really like him on CF, because when you're awakened at the start of the match, you could straight up just score like this. You just use it on the opposing team CF and you just get a free goal. Now we're on to the boy Aiku, and I'm pretty sure the best position for him is also obvious. It's gonna be TM, bro. So obviously you got force defense, so come here. Or actually, yeah, come here. His abilities only work on my side of the field, so you guys just come here. Yeah, force defense, very first move. You basically just TP over to the enemy team and you snatch it. I have to use this a few times. Sometimes it flicks the ball far away, and other times it does not work properly and you have to tackle. So ideally, I would just say bait out the dribble first. You don't need to, as normally it is supposed to bypass dribble, but you know. And the second move is charge, which is just another tackle. So with Aiku's awakening, you don't actually need the ball, so I can just pop it. The awakening animation is decent. I'm not gonna lie, this is definitely one of the worst awakening animations, though it is still pretty hard. And you get the move snake interception, so just shoot the ball in the air, or like try and shoot it at the net. And I basically just go into the air and I just fling it far away. I'm not gonna lie, bro, this ability is kind of trash. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you like flick the ball to the other side of the field, like you don't even get it. Like with something like Karasu or Lorenzo, or literally any other defensive style, like I'm actually able to keep the ball. So when Aiku gets his rework, they're definitely gonna buff that. But yeah, all right, Domas and Shopping have to go because they're EU and like it's like really late for them. So I got Blaze and I got Fusk or Gabe to help me with the next styles. And despite being a defender, I would say honestly, I think winger is probably the best position for Lorenzo. He has 2 dribble moves, and he also gets access to a steal move, which is like, it got reworked recently and I was on vacation, so I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure winger is still probably the best position for him. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So essentially what Golden Defense does, which is his like primary defensive move, is I just use it, I steal the ball, and it's supposed to pass to the MVP of my team. None of us have points right now, so it kind of just flings the ball wherever, but overall I think this is a decent defensive move. I would say it's not good enough to warrant him being a CM, especially compared to some other defensive styles, but it is good enough to the point where I feel like it would be a really nice pass move. Like you steal the ball and then you just pass it to your CF so they can score, if it's like somebody like Barou. The second move we have is Zombie Dash, and this is just size field flick. I'm pretty sure before you were able to like head it, if I were to do it over him, I think that got fixed. So Gabe, when I do it, just try and head the ball. So yeah, you can't do that anymore. You do still need to like catch up to the ball, so it is kind of hard to maneuver around with it, but like that's fine. Like it's not really that big of a deal. And the second move is Zombie Dribble, and I'm not gonna lie, this is just a reskin and buff version of Karasu's dribble. This is decent, it isn't anything that crazy. His awakening animation is sick as always. I ain't gonna lie, this goes hard. So we got 3 moves in this awakening. Very first, the most basic move is called Undead Mode. This is just a mode where if I run into somebody, I can basically steal the ball from them, and if they try and attack me, it's just auto dribble. So like here, Gabe, let me pass you the ball. If I use Undead Mode, I can steal the ball from him. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure they are also able to dribble, so like Gabe, try and dribble when I run at you. So yeah, you can get your ankle snatch on this. Ideally, I would recommend bidding out the dribble before popping this, but overall, this is definitely a decent move. So next move is called Yo Michael. Ball must be closer. All right, yeah, I have to be like right beside them to pop that shit. But you basically just say Yo Michael and you snatch the ball. They definitely made the animation a lot shorter as well because it lasted like 2 seconds. And the next move is called counter attack. Basically, whenever the ball is in the air, I just snatch it and then I obviously perform a counter attack. This would normally pass to the person with the most points on their team, which is like no one, but it passes to place. I remember before, if there's nobody on your team, it would just go forward, so you can use it as a goal scoring move. I guess in this case, no matter what, it'll just pass to your teammates, so it's decent for passing. Overall, I feel like it did kind of get nerfed because before you could use it to score goals. All right, now we're on to the boy Kaiser, and Kaiser's best position is not CF. His best position in BLR is winger because Kaiser's main kit revolves around him not actually having the ball. So I think winger is probably the best position. You can play him at CF because Kaiser can also score half court, so like pass. If I'm playing by myself and I don't have like any friends, then yeah, you could honestly just play him here and then just grab the ball at the start and just score infinite half court shots. I did kind of miss that, but like if you know what you're doing, it's pretty easy. Like if you like make the GK move, like take it like this. Yeah. So yeah, Kaiser, half court shot machine. You do have that option. If the other team has a good player GK, which I am assuming they do, then I think winger is the best position for him. So the next move we got is Kaiser volley. This is basically just a shot ability. I don't want to score too much because I don't want the match to end, so I'm just going to pop it here. You literally just steal the ball and then you shoot it, obviously. This is a really good move, and obviously in order to pop it, you don't want your teammate to actually have the ball. So the next move we got is Kaiser or Emperor dribble, where you literally just dribble pass and then you get a shot called impact. And then you just shoot it at the net. So Emperor's route is pretty simple. You just stun the enemy and then you pop subjugation and your teammate passes you the ball and then you can score. Boom. So Kaiser's awakening animation, I'm pretty sure we've all seen it, bro. Like, it's pretty popular, I'm not gonna lie. You just receive the call, then you do your bow with the aura. It kind of goes hard and you get 2 new moves. First off, you get Bianca, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pop this. This is the bicycle kick, his iconic goal. And then the next move we got is Magnus. This move goes hard, I ain't even gonna lie. And of course I scored that because I purposely wanted to score it. Next style we got is Itoshi Sai, and Sai is arguably the best midfielder in Blue Lock, and honestly he could play literally any position. He's definitely one of the more versatile styles. I would say ideally the best position for him is probably just going to be winger, just because as a winger you're able to go pretty much anywhere on the pitch. CFs primarily are going to be attacking, whereas CMs are primarily going to be defending. So I think winger is just like a good balance, especially for a player like Sai. So arm swipe is literally just me ragdolling him and then I can just tackle him, which I got tackled after I tackled. But yeah.
The past be the past. You still can't leave well enough alone, man.
It's not the Miyagi-Do way!
Anyway, some random people just joined. I don't know how they got here, but it's fine. So, yeah, arm swipe. Basically, you just ragdoll him and then you can just steal the ball. This is really good as well. And then you get perfect pass, which you just pass to your teammate. Alright, next thing we got beautiful shot. This is basically just like a shot pass move sort of. A lot of people were telling me this got buffed. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how it got buffed, but people were telling me that it's good. Honestly, you can use this to pass or shoot. I'll personally like to use it to pass, but you can use it to shoot as well. And then obviously we got magical turn, which is just a basic dribble move. And after magical turn, you get heel flick, which heel flick, I'm not gonna lie, this move is kind of mid. I ain't even gonna lie. Meta vision when you don't have the ball. This just buffs you. You get longer stamina, you move a lot faster, and your tackles are also increased, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, Sei is like really versatile. Like, I know I said this at the start as well. Like, you can quite literally do anything with him. Loki, you might even be able to GK with him. Like, imagine attacking and then the GK just arm swipe steals the ball from you. Awakening animation goes crazy. This is somewhat bugged. Like, the start isn't supposed to be like that, but like, it still goes crazy. So you basically keep pretty much everything except your B is now a new move called You'll Never Surpass Me. So like, come here a bit. So You'll Never Surpass Me is pretty simple. You just pop it while you're in front of somebody and it triggers this animation. Just the Sai Rin U20 match goal. You nutmeg them and then you just score. I ain't gonna lie, this shit kind of goes hard. Alright, next style we got is NEL Isagi, and I think the best position for him is probably CF just because of how his kit works. Ideally, you want to start off with the ball, especially in a public server where nobody passes, and then you can kind of just use dash. Dash got gutted, but yeah, you can use dash, self-pass, get to the net, and then you score goals like that. I think that's probably the best way to use him, at least in my opinion, because he did kind of get gutted. Initially, doing something like this would be a lot more overwhelming, but after the dash guts, it is a bit harder to use. And obviously we get Metavision, which is another really good move. One thing that I really like to do with Metavision is self-pass, pop Metavision, and then I like to use it as like a, basically just a dribble move. So I can just dribble up and then score, which I'm not going to because I don't want the match to end. Okay, I got it back. Let's go. Alright, the final move in his base kit is lefty shot. Essentially, you just get close to the enemy. Yeah, so he has the ball, and then I just pop it, and it just flings it away. Ideally, you do want to use this to either score goals or pass to your teammates. I don't remember if he dropped before or after Kaiser, but it was him or Kaiser. They were the first characters to actually have two really high, powerful awakening shots. Alright, let's run it. So first move we got is Demon King. This is pretty basic. You just fling the ball into the air, similar to Shidou, and then you obviously trigger this animation, and then you shoot the ball. Unlike a lot of other characters as well, Isagi does not require you to actually trigger anything. So with 2-gun volley, I can just straight up pop this wherever I want, and then it just happens. I think this is another really good thing that makes his awakening better than a lot of other awakenings. Basically, just steal this from your teammates, and then you shoot. I'm not gonna lie, this shot is kind of mid. I ain't even gonna lie. They should have like given this an animation or at least something. But yeah. The final style we're going over for this video is Rin Itoshi, and similar to Sai, he can literally play any style on the field. He could play winger, he could play CM, CF, and probably not GK, I ain't gonna lie. But any outfield style, he can play it. I would ideally just pick him as a CF just because his kit is really nice, especially at the start of the match. So obviously you also do get base curve shots, which is decent. It's kind of annoying at times, but it's not too bad. So ideally what you want to do is literally just pop a collision, get right beside the net, and then you could just use Annihilate and score, which I'm gonna miss that on purpose because I don't want to score. But yeah, Annihilate has crazy power. And then also you have Destroyer's Domain. So if the match is starting and my opponent, so let's say I can either Destructive Charge, steal the ball from him, which ideally I honestly would not do this because Destructive Charge can get dribbled and you honestly just want to use the dribble move more. I would wait for him to self-pass, so like give self-pass dribble, try and get past me. And then when he touches the ball after self-passing, I want to pop my actual Destroyer's Domain. Because normally what people can do is they could just cheese it out. So like if I pop Destroyer's Domain, just flick the ball away from yourself. And like I don't actually get to steal it. Or actually it still worked. But sometimes people can like header dribble or do something to basically cheese it out. I've done it before and I'm pretty sure everybody knows about it. The way you get around that is you literally just wait for them to self-pass, and as they're catching the ball, then you pop Destroyer's Domain. On off, I just snatch the ball from him and then I do Destruct Shot. This has an insane amount of power and it's kind of hard to aim. I'm not even going to try and land this here. I never reuse Destruct Shot, primarily just because I feel like it's kind of hard to land. The animation goes hard, I ain't even gonna lie. The lighting could be a bit better. I think it's a bit bugged. Yeah, it's definitely a bit bugged. For some reason, like today, all the awakening animations have just been getting bugged out. First ability, Anitoy. This is the same thing Lorenzo has, where he has Yo Michael. You just steal the ball. I think this is based off of his match against 99 City. And obviously we get that, which looks sick. And then you get 2 new moves. So Destructive Crash Shot. So let me go ahead and shoot it this direction. This is really bugged, okay. But basically, it's just your basic shot. I think this is the shot that he scored against Bastard Munchin, which is just this. This is the shot that he scored against Nagi and Manchan City. It's pretty sick as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to comment below and let me know, is there any style that I missed or that I got wrong that could go into a different position? Because I know a lot of styles in this game are versatile. So yeah, just comment below and yeah, see ya.